Today we will answer Reddit's photography questions. Alright, let's open up Reddit here and let's answer some questions that I don't really have any reason to why I should answer them, but let's see here. Alright, first one here. How to achieve this effect? I can't seem to find what it's called. So this is what you see here is what is called a double exposure, and that is something that sort of came from when you shot film photography back in the days, because what you could do is that you shot a photo on your roll of film, then you rewound or didn't wind your film forward, but you shot another photo on the exact same frame, and then you could achieve this sort of effect where you sort of layer two images in one. I know some cameras these days, like modern cameras, have that setting available in them, so you can choose sort of a double exposure setting. But when most people do it these days, they do it in post-processing, so they do it in Photoshop. They just take two images, lay them on top of each other, change the blend mode, and yeah, that's sort of it. That's from my Japan trip. Nice. I have actually been in Japan once. I would love to go back and do some more photography, because when I was there last time it was mostly for skiing. And before and after, let's see here. I mean, that's nice. It gives this sort of film look that is really popular these days. It seems like there's a bit of grain added. Let's see if we can open it up a little bit. And the blues are a little bit more towards the teal, and the warmer tones here in the foreground, which I think it makes very nice contrast with the warm tones in the foreground. Then you have a little bit of cooler here in the middle, warm again, and cooler in the top. So it has this sort of nice layering, but also a nice like balance between the different colors. So I think it's nice. What I would say is maybe that the subject might not be super clear. I mean, I understand that this is the main subject, but I don't know. Yeah. As I said, who am I to say anything? But I think it's a nice edit. I really like this sort of look. Too much negative space. Well, in my opinion, I don't think it is the negative space per se that is the problem. There's no problem. But working with negative space can be really nice. But in this picture, I think what is happening is sort of the framing of the subject being a little bit off. I guess you could see that this is sort of in the lower of the rule of thirds, I guess, at this point here, which is nice. But I would say that it feels a little bit cut off, as if, yeah, you see here the branch is sort of just, the line goes right across the branch in the middle of the leaves and stuff like that, so it's a little bit of an unsettling feeling, I guess. I would prefer it if you just like lift it up a little bit, had a little bit maybe a negative space, or blue space at least, underneath that branch as well. It would make it a lot better. Now it just feels like you have cut the image off in the subject, I guess. So have a little bit of blue around the branch as well. Because other than that, very nice photo. I don't think it's too much negative space. It's rather a question about framing. Do you agree? Let me know down in the comments. Because you will probably realize that photography is very much a subjective nature or subject, so if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. This is just how I would do it. Another before and after here, and let's see the before. I totally understand what you have gone for here, and I think it is a good idea, but I don't know, it almost feels a little bit too much. It sort of looks AI generated, if you know what I mean. And I guess it is done with generative fill, and you can sort of see that. So that is making it feel a little bit off. The second thing, the pillar, they are sort of leaning a little bit. The lines are not straight. That is one of those things when you're photographing buildings or architecture and stuff like that. Make sure that all of your lines are straight. They should be vertical or horizontal. Here they are like leaning a little bit. You have more space here than you have down here, and just makes the image feel a little bit like unsettling, I guess. And the other thing, you have these lines here, they don't match, so it makes I don't know, the room feels also not really balanced. And also this thing here, since you removed pretty much everything else, why did you keep this part in the image? But I mean, yeah, I see what you did, I see what you went for, and I totally agree it's better. But there are some things that just, yeah, if you straighten up the lines, everything is like symmetrical and so on, it would be more of that look that I think you're going for with the symmetrical look, like abstract photography. But yeah, almost there. I think it's nice. It's cool. Does this look over edited? Just from looking at it like this, I would say no. Maybe like tiny bit. I don't know if you've shown the original image. Maybe in the comments. I mean, no, not really. What I would say is that maybe the colors on the boat look a little bit almost as if the shadows has been taken up a little bit too much. I don't know if that is the case, but it's almost as if there's a little hint of glow around the edges of the boat. But other than that, I think it's nice. I like the purple green. Nah, not really over edited it, in my opinion. What do you think? Composition, is it okay or is it boring? What are we thinking? I think this is a difficult one. Yeah, I think it's a great shot. Like there's nice lighting. You haven't it might be a little bit overexposed here. That's not much. Like this rock looks a little bit better than what it does on this side here. But for the composition, I think it's good. But what I would say is maybe that just the photo itself might be a little bit boring, I guess. So not that there's anything wrong with the photo itself. This is probably the best you could do in this location. There's not like too much more to it, I guess. So the photo itself, I think it's great. It's just that maybe the subject and so is just a little bit boring. So now I don't really know what you would do. I think it's a great shot. So yeah, well done. Seems like a lot of people like this sort of film look these days. I see a lot of edits like this because I guess this is an edit because it's posted in Sony Alpha, so I guess it's shot on a Sony camera and not on a film camera. But as you see, it's very edited, like as if it would be shot on film. Like a trend you see these days. After and before, a lot of before and after photos here on Reddit. It's a little bit too dark maybe. I think it would have been good to have like another light source, because as you can see from the original photo, the inside of the shoe is like pitch black already here. So then trying to do the edit here just makes it, yeah, I think it's a little bit too dark. You can't really see like the whole shape of the shoe, which I think is a little bit unfortunate. Other than that, yeah, pretty cool edit. I see what you're going for. But it's a hard lighting condition because it's shot in midday straight sunlight, so it's a difficult one. But maybe having something to bounce light off so that you get some more dynamic lighting on the shoe and not one light source, I guess would be my point on it. Isn't it easier to sit here and rate other people's work and comment on other people's work than going out and doing it yourself? Is this a stupid YouTube idea? Probably. Oh. But I think you can learn a lot from it as well, I guess. So this is sort of one of those shots that I would really like to make myself. This sort of film look photo in like the Alps during a sunny day. I've seen a lot of these images. They are like really popular. It would be really fun to take one of them myself. So yeah, great work. This one might, in my opinion, be a little bit too busy. I would prefer having just like the slope and the color pops from the skiers and not having like all the buildings and this sort of marketing stuff, I guess. But having maybe the lift, the skiers, the slope, and just sort of make it a little bit more abstract, I guess, would be, yeah. But great shot. I love it. Is this photo portfolio worthy? I mean, that is super hard to say. It depends on your portfolio, what kind of work you want to showcase, and why you're showcasing it. So when you ask, is this photo a portfolio worthy? I think you sort of have to dive a little bit deeper than just thinking about, is it a good shot or not? Because doesn't really matter, or it matters, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is what and who is going to look at that photo, and why do you want them to see it, and what are they going to sort of take away from it. So if, for example, if you are a sports photographer and you're trying to get work as a sports photographer, then it's not portfolio worthy. But I mean, when you are thinking about like portfolio stuff, I would guess don't think too much only about this photo itself, but try to think about it as, what do I want this photo to achieve, I guess. I hope that makes sense. But it's a great shot. I love it. Nice black and white photo. All right, we have time for some more before we need to end this. This is like the first time I'm on Reddit. I created an account and started like following all of these communities, but I haven't been in here since. I don't know, it's not really for me, but this was kind of fun. Exploring through the fog. Be brutal, please. I'm not a brutal person. But in all, I think it's a nice shot. It's a nice composition. Maybe a little bit too over-edited, in my opinion, or maybe not. Maybe just this is not how I would have edited it. But other than that, composition is looking good. What I would do is probably have some kind of subject. Right now, sort of the road leads you to look down here, but down here there's nothing really to look at because this is where the fog starts. So maybe having something like in this part of the image here. I think it's good. Maybe not how I would have done the colors in the image, but good shot. All right, I think we have to end it on that one. I don't know what this video was. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment. If I should make one of these again, I don't know. I have a lot of different videos, upcoming videos, both on camera gear, on photography adventures, but also I'm rebranding my photography business and a little bit starting over from scratch. And I thought it would be fun to share that journey with you guys. So if you are interested in any of those things that I just mentioned, please do consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.